Hello.
Hello and welcome back to this one pricing show. My name is Filip Fucic. I'm a pricing mentor.
And I'm Filip Zolota, business mentor.
We have a Blitz episode today. I think it's going to be shorter than most, but we want to talk about sportsmanship, and especially in your favorite topic in the world, which is RFPs, right? So request for proposal and all of these, rituals of purchasing departments everywhere. Now, purchasing departments are a good thing in general, and they're very efficient. But they got developed by the airplane building, rocket building, and automobile manufacturing processes for parts mostly, right? So this piece of, whatever, propeller, wing, whatever, it has to have tensile strength of something, and these properties. So can you make one for 12? Great. Now who can do it for 9? Who can do it for 8? 8 going once, 8 going twice, 7. Right. Thank you, gentlemen. This purchasing has been concluded. Right? And for that, it's wonderful. It's the most efficient because it doesn't matter, right? You get a bunch of physicists, you get a bunch of materials experts and engineers, and they tell you this needs to be like this, and they calculate it, and it's wonderful, and somebody in Taiwan makes it. Who cares? That has nothing to do with what we on this show call the Swan case, or the expertise-based services, because nothing is objective and nothing is easily measurable, and it's not like you can't measure it, but that would be like appraising a picture by counting the brush strokes. Yeah. Right? Oh, this is a better picture because it took more paint or more hours, or no, it you can count it. That means nothing. It's like counting the number of words in a book and saying this is a better book because it's a thicker book, or weighing the book. It's just nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing. So what we were motivated to talk about today is why and how, since this is such a bad system for buying our services, we shouldn't feel obligated to play by all of the rules, right? Okay, so they're going to send me a spreadsheet, and I need to fill it in to the best of my ability so that they can compare my numbers to some other numbers and then conclude that I'm not the cheapest, therefore I wasted my time. But them's the rules. That's like trying to play by the rules of water polo in an empty pool. We can play a ball game. Yes, it can't be. It is not meant for this, right? Because their let's say sorting systems are wrong, right? And what would be a good example of subverting it?
Generally, when we are definitely, thanks for that fabulous topic we've decided to talk about today. By the way, just fun fact, I have one RFP here in my hand. Yeah, so
don't wipe your nose at it.
Yeah. It's good maybe for the barbecue afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, definitely I do understand the problem and where it lies, especially in the expertise-based world, where people they receive the RFP and they think they need to play according to the game, but more often than not, you're also the business owner having your own business, so you also should be having your own rules. So you don't need to bend to somebody else's rules in terms of request requirements, especially when we're talking about the initial conversation window about potential collaboration. So, point is, how you can approach to that respectable matter is that you can navigate conversation and RFP you've received towards the consultancy session, paid consultancy session, or even more discreet format where you'll be discussing with potential client of yours immediately on the spot, not necessarily dissecting every ingredient of the offer you plan to provide in terms of services. Because what is often happening in the RFP, you see, as you mentioned, a spreadsheet, an Excel, whatever. You need to fill the gaps, fill the frame they have, the template they have with the data. And in most cases, primary criteria of choosing you would be lower price, like you mentioned in the commodity world. But when we're talking about the
Yes.
expertise-based business, it doesn't happen, and it shouldn't be that way. So, with adequate flow control, you can actually manage both the conversation, expectations, and even helping and supporting that respectable client to make an educated and informed decision. And it doesn't necessarily mean they'll be choosing you,
Yeah.
but they have a
Exactly.
relevant, very tangible set of information. They're from that point on much smarter and well informed, so they can be better in the decision making process if they're ready to put aside the criteria of the cheaper price.
And that's, I think, um, what's your professional duty to do about it. That's your
Exactly.
professional duty, to
Yeah.
actually give them a chance to make a meaningful decision based on the things that they need to know.
Yeah.
So when I wrote about this, I put it in a metaphor of, let's say a client is trying to build a spaceship and he wants metal, but his sorting process, his purchasing process, um, is biased toward weight of the metal as the main thing, like, and he will then swim in steel and discard all of the aluminum, and the aluminum, it can be as strong as steel and half as heavy, which is really important for spaceships. And it's easier to shape, and it's easier to it's superior in every way, but weight is actually a bad thing. But their process is going to filter out all of the aluminum. Now, here, your duty is not to play by the rules. Your duty is to change them because of the client, because of you. But as you said, nobody can guarantee that simply because they have all of the information, they're going to take you on.
Yeah.
It's a much higher, chance. Um, but what's the important message is that you are not bound by, they're just asking for the price. Just send them the price. When I say to people, as I know you agree, never send the offer first, through an email, right? Yeah, but they ask me to do that. They don't want to talk, they just want the price. Well,
Fine.
then what you can say is, I don't do that like that. If you do, if that's the only way, um, go right ahead. I won't send you any price. But if this process doesn't yield a satisfactory result, then get back to me and I'll show you how it's actually done. So this is a little more arrogant, although accurate. You can be even more diplomatic and say, I'll be right here if you change your mind.
Exactly.
And sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. But if they don't, if you had no intention of being the cheapest, then you wouldn't have one anyway. So you dodged the bullet.
Absolutely. And great point there. In most cases, those who are actually not ready to sit on a call in conversation and actually discussing about something what is important to them and reason why they contacted you, they're practically trying to they're proposal collectors and or trying to find out some average expectations primarily price wise. And in any scenario, you as the expert, I can say even 100%, I'm quite sure that you are not the one who will be getting the job.
Yeah.
So you didn't lost anything, but those who are actually being ready to jump on a call, it's higher level of interest, engagement is existing. They poured not only the effort in crafting the document, but also they want to listen to the expert on the other side and getting to know better the individual who could potentially tomorrow be their partner in service delivery and everything else. Plus, what is often seen in those RFPs, especially when we talk about the expertise based business, a
Yeah.
bunch of companies are crafting the RFP based on the tactical components without none of the strategy.
How many
That's useless,
pages?
completely
How many
useless.
pages of results do we get? Right.
Yeah.
That's the question. I actually had one. Yeah. So you're going to make us a document. Yes. How many pages? How many you want? So, uh, and this can also completely. So this is a very good non-theoretical example of the weight in a spaceship. Right. My first company did board games. Hey, it's a classic for a reason. For a first company, uh, and so the client said, we will also need a rule book. Sure. And they said, but it should be, as brief as possible. So if the rules can fit on half a page, that would be ideal. And they thought that this would cheapen the price. And I had to disabuse them of the idea. I said, listen, if you want 20 pages of rules, I can knock that out in like 3 weeks. So the whole game, the everything, 3 weeks is fine. If you want it on 4 pages, that's more like 3 months. If you want it on half a page, that's at least 9 months, because that means focus groups over and over and over and over and over again until everybody just gets everything from half a page. That's extremely hard to do. So not only wasn't it cheaper, it was way more expensive to have rules that simple. So the number of pages of rules is a counter indicator of how good this product was, not an indicator, right? Um, so it's very important to be ready and able to disrupt, because and we usually contrast with the duck case. So even in commoditized services, price may be guarantees, but price is the main factor. So it's the same everywhere. They are going to get, you know, 25 hours of valet service. Right. Everybody knows what that is. Only qualified companies can offer this. They have certificates for a reason. Do you have the certificate? Yes. Excellent. Can you do it for 16? Okay. Who can do it for 12? 12 going once. That's how it works. And here it's simply not, because who can provide coaching? Nothing useful was said there, right? Nothing. And comparing coaching for $100 and coaching for $1,000 is not as simple as saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, this one is 10 times more expensive, so the other one is 10 times better for me." No, you have no idea what you just did,
Yeah.
right? So anyway, to wrap things up, we said this was going to be a quicker one. Um, it's a fun little game. It's a fun little ritual, um, which was meant for something else, then got taught at the MBAs and spread around like a plague. And now it's used it's as useful as fork for eating soup. Fork is
Yeah.
a supremely good eating utensil. Just don't try to eat soup with it, and everything will be fine, right? So if you find yourself in a situation like Philip, and you're looking down the barrel of a RFP, just feed it to the barbecue.
Or do something like this.
Yes, exactly. Iconic, man. Iconic. Where can people find you?
People can find me on LinkedIn and also on my mentorship page, philipzolota.com.
For me, it's also LinkedIn and fearless-pricing.com. See you next time.
See you next time. Bye.